Guys, we're live under the lights. The Friday, then Saturday, Sunday night lights. I am your commentator, the witness, the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. These are the Hunger Games, the finals. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi. Here she comes, the guru. Evangelist, mystic, medium, psychic, the one and only messenger of God, God's very first child, the Lilith reincarnated, and the crowd goes wild. Ooh, 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 ooh. Are you guys ready? Bring on the Lilith. Bring on the... What's up, everyone? In order to keep up with me, you can't. I am light years, literally consciously light years ahead of you. You can't keep up with my energy. You can't even pretend to have something similar to it. Why? Because you can't fake it. It's for real. It's a source of energy that runs through me. It's called authenticity that sends out electricity. Do you feel it? Stand back. You're going to get shocked by the waves. All right. It's a Friday, and we had to face the tower, and here comes Big Bag, Kobe Bryant. Woo, woo, woo. I got to face the guy. This is Anakin going against Obi-Wan. Oh, you be the one that I gotta fight today, huh? Alright, bring it in. And I'm getting ready to swing on him, and then, you know what it is he brings his best contender. Anyways, what happened? Well, in essence, I'm supposed to be very heartbroken in it. But that's the difference, bro. That's the difference. Can I teach you something that I never taught you before? I teach you every Friday how to take on an ego death. It breaks your mind. It has really negative effects on your body. You're shattered by this new reality. And that's why I'm light years ahead of you, because I face these, it's all week long. Well, we're supposed to only do it on certain days, but he's been in game 3. Is the third time this week, and I lost a job last Friday, but that was typical. That was just a typical Friday type shit. How you gonna lose your job on a Friday? I mean, I don't lose anything. I have to give it up, and it's called a loss. I don't lose. I take losses, bro, and I munch that shit up. Alchemize the shit out of that. Oh my God, is that the 6 of Wands? Ooh, and the Knight of Pentacles. Hey, and the King of Cups. Could be a water sign. Not that one. He's drowning in his feelings right now. What happened? I came out as the warrior goddess that I am, and I went back to war. So I don't want to talk about all this. No, this conversation is going to be had. This is the whole reason that I'm even bothering to talk to you, is because of this conversation. That you keep fucking dancing around and trying to fucking manipulate and fucking pushing away. You don't want to have this conversation. You don't want to have this conversation. You don't want to have this conversation. We're fucking going to have it every time you come up in my DMs. Every time you come to me, it's going to be the same shit. Until we get through this, we're not talking about nothing else, Nika. This is what I want to talk about with you. Why has it got to be so deep? Can't we talk about... That really, I just took a minute. I want to throw my phone across the room. Can't we talk about wizards or goblins or something that you're into? At that moment, I wanted to, just send the physical, all of the spiritual world to go rip his underwear down wherever he was standing. Example A, B, and C. This morning, I stopped my video because the fucking fire alarm was going off. There was nothing wrong with it. It just stopped. The kid said it just went off. That means there was smoke. It was a smoke alarm that just went off in our room, but there was no smoke. There's a fire, no fucking smoke. Yes, this is probably the fire that was brewing inside of me. So anyways, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I wanna love you. I'm all committed, bro. I'm all in it. I'm for commitment. Everybody knows this. If you come to me, then you're coming to me to propose to me. Anything less is a waste of my motherfucking time and energy, bro. I've not worked this hard for nothing less than a husband. Period. You want to go around and fucking fuck around and force your dick pic on me. I didn't ask for that. That's not what I asked for. I didn't want that. Thanks. That's exactly what I didn't want. I'm willing to deal with that, to have a future with you, but can we deal with the future at hand? And it's like, I realize, you know, and I said that, it's like they're testing me to see if I'm going to stick it out, if I'm going to run away, if I'm going to go talk to all these dudes, if I'm going to, you know, give up, you know, being so financially independent, if I got that act right in me. I didn't realize this when I'm facing, you know, all these things that he's accusing me of, and I'm like, well, you're kind of right. I guess this is kind of bad all the way around. I'm willing to face this because you've made me face it, and I will fix this not just for you because it needs to be fixed, mofo. And it's you that's forcing me to do this. Thanks. I appreciate you. So I come out of facing me, and I come back to the same fucking conversation that was being had before you tried to dick me down. Pretty much. I have a different perception today, obviously. It's a bird's eye. Sorry. What am I laughing about? Because the bottom of the corners. And the bird's eye, the third eye perception here on this motherfucker now. And that's what it is. I was all in my thoughts about this. I got all in my thoughts about this. But now I'm outside of it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm looking at it. I'm evaluating it. I'm not stuck in my thoughts about it, trying to figure it out. I'm no longer trying to figure this out. I'm looking at what it is. When you're in it, you're trying to figure it out. You're all, you know, putting the fucking, you know, variables together. And that's where it is. It's like, I want to have something real with you, but I can't see how that works because you're playing 21 questions. So now I'm 21 questions. And I realize what you're making me question your intentions. Is number one, I realized. They make me question them. I shouldn't have to question you. I said this before I ever came across a man. I shouldn't feel that way about you. There should be trust straight out the gate. We shouldn't have to build trust. Right? So I don't feel it towards you and you don't feel it towards me. You want me to, you know, prove it. And I was like, what? I ain't proving shit to you, dude. I'm proving shit to you. I'm not auditioning for a friends with benefit possible, you know, commitment. I am dealing with a non-committal person right now, and that's all it really is, and that's okay because everybody is, and I am non-committal for different reasons. I have my fears, you have your fears. Mine involves sex. What is yours? You want me to be something, and that's really what it is. They want me to be somebody. They want me to be what they've seen on TV. And I want them to be anything but what I've seen in my life. Can you be anything but these fucking men? Be a friend. Okay. A friend with benefits. That's what that means if you're trying to dick me down. You're trying to give me, what's the benefit of this? I might possibly get a real relationship with you if I work hard at being your friend and, you know, we have lots of sex. That's what you guys call dating. He wants to date me. Can we, like, go on dates in a committed relationship, or we're working towards a committed relationship? And that's what I was like, I'm not working towards this. I've done all this work to have it. I don't have to prove it. I am it. I am a committed relationship waiting to be had. Not a tryout. Ugh, gosh. So then when I seen that, it's like, it's not that you have a change of, you can brainwash yourself into all kinds of things. It's a change of heart. It's a heart's knowing that you can walk differently. And that's what happens, is your heart knows you have to walk away. Your mind will hold on to these possibilities, these ideas, these variables. And the last thing I said is, you're not my future. You're my past. I saw a future with you, despite the past. But I'm living in the past. And I still have future intentions. But you can't be that person. And it's like, dude, it don't matter who the dude is. He can't be a committed dude that's just like all in, 10 toes down. I'm gonna marry her, Vegas style. My spirit said there was one. My spirit said this 2 days ago. No, before this guy came in. Then they sent me this joker. They said there was a guy that was willing to take the risks, that it was going to change my life, that wants this. Are you hiding behind him? Did I have to go through him to get to you? I hope so, because it wasn't him. He's not willing to fight his fears and be all super duper committed. It's like it's going to take time. And what? To commit? Or you mean to learn how to be in a committed relationship with me? And then it's like it's only a commitment after the fact. You're not committed to begin with. And that's what I meant. It's like, I'm committed to having a fucking full-on committed relationship. I want nothing less than a full-on committed relationship. Even though that's like, you know, I'm going for gold, bro. I'm not. I've gone through all the levels. I've been trained for that alone. I'm not going through your stupid fucking training boot camp. The Kanye West workout plan. Get your hips. No, I'm not going to be that bitch, bro. There are plenty of bitches built like that, bro. I am built like a fucking goddess. If you can't find a way to love God in a female form, you're done fucked up now. I'm not a genie in a bottle, and I'm not trying to rub you any type of way. And if you rub me the wrong way, I'm going to blow fire up your ass. I can see that you said, okay, I blow fire and I leave. Okay, I'll stay there and you know, wait till the ashes go out and we'll rebuild from this. I'm not going to run away. You pointed that out. I like to run away. All right, fine. I don't respect how hard you had to work for, you know, to give me a gift. That's respectable. I get that. These are real things. But that's just, you know, I could take that respect level and go have more respect for someone else. You know what I mean? I don't want a friend to explore my sexuality with. I want a husband that'll be my friend forever, will be the only person I ever have sex with. That I can have sex and be okay, that I can give him a baby, and he'll be a father to that baby and still won't leave me. And he'll stick this out until we're old and he can't get it up no more. And even then, I want the real deal, bro. I don't want to take all these trials, these little fucking, you know what I mean? These little dating games to get there. I done played the Hunger Games with the Twin Flames. Hey, write that down. Hunger Games with the Twin Flames. I like that. When I say that, when I say write it down, I want it to stick in my head. If I don't write it down, I won't remember it. That sucks. The House with the Twin Flames. I hope I can remember that. If I keep saying it, maybe repetitiveness sometimes works. Sometimes it doesn't at all. I have a brother that told me at least 1,700 times what he went to college for, and I still can't tell you. Every time I'd see him, I'd ask him, how's school going? And then I'd be like, remind me again what you're going to school for? And he could remind me 1,000,000 times. I have selective memory. I'm choosing to forget you. Just kidding. You can't forget the experience because the experience changed you. This was a very life-altering experience where I met myself. And then I met you. And who are you? I mean, you're just an unhealed version of myself. You're scared. And that's what I was reflecting. I was reflecting his fears. I didn't know what I was doing. Why did I needed constant reassurance and affirmation. I was grilling him, bro. You're going to tell me that you're here for a real commitment, or you're going to get on my face, bitch. Did I really? I mean, in 21 questions and more. Like, what do you want from me? What are you looking at? What are you... And it looks like... I look back and it's like... You're looking for a fucking friend with benefits. To test out and to... You know what I mean? To practice on before you become something real. And there's no real hope in the fact of you're just practicing, bro. I'm way past practicing. I'm working towards perfection here, bro. Perfecting. You know how you perfect it? Is when you do it. You don't just try for it. You don't just try to be a good lover. You be the best lover. I'm ready to be the best. I've trained. I've gone through all the, you know what I mean, all this boot camp. Not for you to sit there and, you know, camp out and, you know, with your boots up. What the fuck are you doing over there? I'm the queen. I sit on the throne. What are you doing? Oh, that was a lot. Anyway, so my heart changed in the sense of no hope. But I got what I needed. I needed to learn that lesson. Not about him, about myself. That's what these fucking twin flames heard about. It's like you reclaim your own power. You face your pains and your shortcomings and your sins and your low vibrational ways. Only so you can you can heal them, alchemize them, and realistically realize that you're better than this and you need to walk on and walk all over their ass and get the fuck out of there. Get as fast as you can. Yeah, your heart hurts because you thought, that's what you thought, bitch. You need to think better. You was thinking small. You need to think big, bitch. Think big, bitch. And that's what it is. It's that small thinking, that small mindset got you fucked up. I thought this could work. No, he wants you to do all the work and he might not work on it. He's not going to work on it until you do him enough work. I'm not working like this. Work, work, work. No. I feel like I'm getting worked. And that's what it was. It didn't feel right, bro. It didn't feel right, bro. None of it felt right. Since the moment I got that message, bro, what do you want? It wasn't like, oh my God, he's come to himself and he's going to love. Bro, if Marshall doesn't stalk me where I am, make himself known to all the people while they're taking pictures, and they're like, you know, I finally see him and he just don't like tell me he loves me and let's go. If he don't claim me as, you know, and do the shit, then this ain't shit. This is a no flex zone, bro. This is a no flex zone. And it's always been said like that since the very beginning. The image was always me sitting on the fucking throne, waiting for God to push these guys through. You make your intentions known at the door. And that's it. What do you come for? Why are you here? What do you want from the queen? From the goddess? And that's it. He's not going to treat me like a goddess if he thinks that I'm nothing, and then he's trying to sculpt me into some wife. Bitch, you will be honored to be married to the goddess. I'm not your wife. You will be married to a goddess. That doesn't make you my bitch. In essence, the power is you being my husband. There is one world that the goddess submits to. I'm not submitting to this shit. The submission is a submission by both parties, where we recognize each other's fucking qualities and powers, weaknesses, and we bow to each other and respect, and we honor a commitment for forever. Fuck, I'm an old soul. You're like, what? Yeah. Adam didn't have that kind of respect from the fucking moment he was fucking created. I will bow to you if you bow to me. If Russ came and he literally bowed to me, I would drop to my knees and we would raise together. That was all it would take, is to acknowledge who I am, and I will acknowledge you. But this, you want me to be something I'm not. You got this fucked up idea of who I am, and I obviously had a fucked up idea that I was gonna bow to you, be in your kitchen, making you fucking lunches and fucking giving you baths. You said you don't even take baths. We've got a problem. He said it was gay. He said, I'm not a faggot. He said it was gay. I can't do this. That's how masculine you are. You can't break your ego to have a spiritual experience with yourself, to sit there with your ding-a-ling in the water and sit with your fucking feelings in your actual body. You feel like a faggot? You don't got the right mindset for me, bro. Granted, yeah, it's gross. We're going to get out of this water and wash ourselves off. We're going to wash it off. But in the essence, like, don't be such a fucking bitch. Little shit like that. You drink? How much do you drink? And the essence is like, alright, obviously you're trying to drown your feelings. When I hear that someone drinks, they're drowning something. I get it. In the essence, I'm going to expect you to stop drinking. I can accept that this is your coping mechanism now. But yeah, I'm asking for full destruction here. You're not going to drink with me. That's not going to be your coping mechanism with me. You're just going to go drink it off. That's not the place of enjoyment. When you're sitting there drinking by yourself. That is you. That's how you cope with yourself. Is you put alcohol in until you pass out. Till you're no longer thinking or feeling. Is what they do. I'm not calling you an alcoholic. I'm just saying that that's not how we cope around here. And obviously you can't cope when I go into the dark night of soul, and I'm talking real shit right here. You're getting real freaked out because you don't face real fucking feelings. You probably needed to crack one after that. You need like a 6-pack dealing with me. You're going to end up an alcoholic dealing with me if that's how you cope with difficult situations. That's what the second thing. I don't want to have intense conversations all the time. These lengthy conversations. I'm a writer. I have a lot to say. It's like, and that's what it's like, can we talk about the weather? Do you want me to send the weather to you? What are you talking about? That's what they said. Can we talk about the weather? or like, you know, wizards or goblins or something else you're into. I'm into my feelings, bro. All the way, 100%. That's all I do around here, is worry about how I feel and how other people feel. I work in the feeling department. It doesn't feel good over here. And that's it. Completely avoidant of feelings, of the things that are important to me. That came up in the other video. It's like, you know, what do you have in common? Commonalities. What do we have in common? A sense of humor? Because I'm funny as fuck. If you don't laugh, then you're just boring. Are you funny? Can you make me laugh? Or you just came to laugh at me? In the essence of, you know, I look like the perfect bitch. If you could just fix a couple things about me, right? If I could just get her to, you know, stop doing this, a little bit more of this, a little this. Why can't you accept me the way I am? Am I not worth love the way that I am? Do I have to be fully healed for someone to love me? Do I have to be predictable? Do I have to have a woman's job? Do I have to play a woman to be loved like a woman? There's parts of my personality that are unhealthy, and I'm fixing those. But people are expecting me to lose myself to please them. That's not pleasing to God when He made me do all this work to find myself, only for you to ask me to put parts of these of my being away, so you can be happy with me. I want you to show me that you can be a friend. I'm not auditioning to be your friend. I was auditioning you to be my husband. You got this all fucked up, motherfucker. I didn't say any of that mean shit. That's just, you know, and that's what it is. Don't blow smoke in their face. I mean, if you can smoke, but just not in their face. And that's where it is. It's like, I didn't come this far not to fucking like you, not to hurt your feelings, you know what I mean, in the fucking DMs. I'm not going to do that. Get all hateful because you want what I thought you were, and you can't be what I want, and now I'm hurt about it, and I'm going to take it out on you. As the wheel turns. I said this a couple days ago, you know, the twin flames, they're just meant to strengthen you. You're literally, you're going into fire, bro. Every time, no matter what, bro. Every time I show up in in Marshall's DMs, I'm already under fire, and I'm bringing that fire to him. He can piss on it, and it don't mean nothing. Or he can let that fire of my feelings, my experience, engulf him, and he can go into his own fires. And he can use this as an opportunity to sharpen himself. The fire that I'm in and that I'm carrying around to people, which is these testimonies of experience, is to sharpen me, and an ability as I hold the light for you, to shine this light, take this fire, and light yourself up in there, and sharpen yourself. You know what I mean? Put yourself under the pressure and become the diamond, or as they call the philosopher's stone, the alchemist's gold. It's where you take the raw materials of what you are, the dark materials of what you are, and you put it under fire, and the pressure of it turns it into gold. And that's, you know, the definition of Kobe Bryant. It's like under the pressure is where you know what I mean, people either break or they're built. He's not built for the conversations. He's not built for the type of, you know what I mean? In the essence, what I said is, it's like, you know, I need someone to hold the light when I'm in the darkness. Not to fucking leave me all alone in the darkness by myself. I can do this by myself. You're supposed to be a light for me while I'm doing this. Not freak out and run away. And that's what it means to be a man, you know, for a woman. To be strong, to be supportive, to be her rock when she's weak. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, I'm having a weak moment and you're gone? Where the fuck did you go, pussy? Fine, I'll be strong while you're over there being weak. And that's what it means too, is like, yeah, this sucks. Nobody wants to face this type of shit straight out the gate. But you're gonna have to face really difficult shit dealing with a bitch like me, because I deal with the fucking difficult shit. It's gonna be a forever battle, not just for you, which I understand you're not built for this shit. That's cool. I put something on you that was way too big for a little man like you. He has to be emotionally stable, mentally conscious of who I am and what I do, to have any way to even deal with me. I go from, you know, extremes. I'm like the fucking, she's like the wind. Patrick Swayze sang that song. That's funny. 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 Anyways, you have to be flexible. You have to be sturdy but flexible, and that's what it talks about. You know, these men in the Sigma videos, the Sigma woman videos, what it takes, what kind of man. It's like you got to be strong enough to be, you know, for yourself. You can't even possibly be strong enough for me if you're not strong enough for yourself. Meaning understanding how feelings hurt, you know, hit, how coping is, how, you know what I mean? And that's where it is like I can sit outside and see you in your storms and have understanding and guide you through your storms. You know what I mean? And that's what it is too, is to have someone outside of me that knows I'm in a storm and that can help guide me through it, love me through it. You don't fully know. I can only express it in words, and if my language, you know, if my sentences are too long and lengthy, then there's a you know, you have no idea what I'm going through. And it's true. Ask all of them. Because that's why I send video or audios. I send the longest messages, paragraphs, chapters, to pages of my feelings and my thoughts. I scribble it all down like Marshall. Pages and pages, just my thoughts poured out on, you know, in the DMs. You're telling me I'm thinking too much. I'm using too much words. I'm a writer. That's all I said to him. I'm a writer. I put experience into words, and there's lots of words in the English dictionary to express it. And even then, I can't always find the words. I don't know what it really is. I only know what it feels like. Oh. That's that moment. It's like, you know, even though I'm me, all in my own little island, there's another person, a twin flame just like me, on his own little island. And we're all going through the same shit on our own little islands. That threatens you, that there's a person out there that suffers just like me, that knows what I'm going through, and when I'm going through it, I can go and talk to that person and we can talk our way through this. Or it's just supposed to be someone that I go to talk about how bad I hurt, and they're going to tell me how bad they hurt, and we're just going to hurt together. That's the difference between a twin flame and a fucking karmic. The twin flames are going to fucking overcome this hurt together that both of them are suffering from. Karmics are going to just sit there hurt, never moving together, just sit there attached in their hurt places. Never pushing each other, just holding on to each other till they drown in their own insecurities and poor fucking patterns and behaviors. They feed off of it. They allow each other to be hurt and low vibrational. They sit there and gossip together. They sit there and they're hateful together. They sit there and they're envious together. They sit there unhappy together. It's better to be unhappy together than unhappy by yourself. Then you have me and Marshall, where we'd rather just sit in our unhappiness all by ourselves and work on us. Because nobody's going to understand us. Nobody knows what we're going through, right, Kanye? Nobody knows how we really feel, NF. Nobody knows how bad our hearts have been broken. Fucking Allie. Nobody knows how bad we just want somebody's attention and affection, right, Russ? How we just want to be validated for what we are, not prove ourselves for what they think, you know, what they won't accept. I am the best wife. You're not going to make me a better wife. I can do that on my own. Just by loving, being a wife to you, I will be better at being a wife. You know what I mean? The practice is with the experience. So that was it. It's like, oh, I learned so much. Did I end up with the prize? Yeah, my heart. My heart has peace. I don't have to keep hoping for this motherfucker. I always do. You always hope for them, bro. I'd be lying if I didn't say I just hoped for Russ. That I didn't hope for all of them. I can hope for them, but I have to live in a different belief system about what I hope for them. I hope for your healing, but I know no matter what, your healing isn't what... The relationship that I wanted with you is not what that's going to look like. You're not going to be the person that, you know what I mean, I crawl in bed with. I wear my baby making suits for. that I cry with and I take baths with. You're not going to be the person that goes to Alaska with me or makes love with me in the fucking the Mayan temples. You're not going to be the person that goes to Skinwalker Ranch with me. You're not going to be the person that does the magic and teaches the people. Because you don't see me and at my power. You just want me to be your wife. You don't know what it takes to be that person. To be super needed, but not have to do any work, but love someone. And that's really what it is. It's like, I'm worth billions of dollars. I don't need you in the ways that you want me to need you. I need you in ways that you think you can't be. That's demeaning to your manhood. I need you to love and nurture me. To protect, provide emotional and mental, you know what I mean, stability for me. And yeah, sure, until this billion-dollar baby is birthed, you know, I need your help to to provide a physical foundation until this baby comes. I do need you, but you want me to need everything. You want me to be a needy bitch. I'm not going to deny my need for a man, but I don't need all this. I know what I need in a man, and I know what I have to offer. I don't have to prove anything to you. And you don't have to prove it to me. Just do it, and I'll know that you're really about it. Where are we at? Yeah. The goddess of the moon. Do you see that figure in front of you? All those triangles? The tetrahedron something. That would be, again, Metatron. We're in his... I gotta do such a teaching at Metatron and sacred geometry and all that. It's the alignment, right? Okay, so the standing upright triangle is the blade. That's the masculine, right? You're standing tall. The feminine triangle that's aligned is your divine feminine. That's holding down your root, right? From the root to the crown. Okay? Now, you have to use a lot of your imagination because I don't have the pictures with me. But that itself is the tree of life, the chakra system. It's the tree of life. You move through it. And as someone like me, when you balance your masculine energy with your feminine on top. Why? Because Lilith's always on top. I don't know why you don't understand this. The man stands tall behind his woman. And the woman, you know what I mean, bows to the man. It's all in the picture. Anyways, when you align this, which is your divine masculine, your internal masculine, which is your action force, your doing, your brain aligns with your heart and only does what your heart says. The husband follows the wife. This is an internal system that happens, right? Between the empress and the emperor. Right? The emperor is all powerful, but only, and that's, talking about fucking Kanye West and shit. That's, Isis and Osiris. It was only through my power could he be powerful. It didn't give me more power over him. It was that we had individual powers. Shiva is the god of destruction, all on his own. He is his own destructive force. Kali is the goddess of destruction. She will not prove that she's destructive because she is destructive. Shiva doesn't need to prove that he is the god of destruction because he is destruction. They recognize the alignment in each other. The submission is, they have to submit equally. Shiva submits to the power that she has, that he owns. And the fact is, she's me. And that's that thing with me and Marshall. He recognizes that I'm him, and I recognize that he is me. And it's a dance of submission. I will not bow to you, but I will submit, because you are a formidable counterpart. In the essence, if you weren't, then you would be at my feet. I would have killed you by now. Is what that means. A positive and a negative is not going to end well in that sense. They can ground themselves to a little bit, but the truth is, and that's where the alpha and the alpha meet. If me and, if myself and, not Marshall, because there's the submission there. I submit, I will submit to him, and he will submit to me. Not because I'm more powerful or he's more powerful, but because we recognize the alignment in each other, that we're just fighting ourselves when fighting this person. Alright, so now you go to myself and Wolfman. If I start screaming at this dude, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to start screaming at me. And we're going to keep matching energy. Nobody is going to submit. This is a fight of power, where we have to establish our power upon each other. I have to show that I'm in power, and you're constantly going to show me that you're in power. That's not the dynamic over here. And that's why it didn't work. You didn't recognize my power. Instead, you tried to assert yours upon me. Marshall never did that. Fucking logic never did that. It's going back to Mike Stud. He did that right away. He tried to show that he was more spiritually advanced or connected than me. Russ tried to make it seem that he had more in the physical world than me. They tried to assert their dominance against, they tried to show their power. Not just that they had power, prove their power, but use it to overpower me, instead of just acknowledging the powerful force that I was. And in essence, this is all egotistical, because this powerful force came to love you and told you that what it took to be loved. And instead of taking that and working with that, you decided to say, no, I'm a powerful force and I don't need your love. Showing that you had no power and you were an unloving being. Each and every one of you did this. Marshall didn't challenge me in such ways. He didn't compete. He knows that there's not another woman out there like me. I don't have to prove that to him. He knows that I'm just like him. And by that definition, I can speak to him about how difficult it is to do what I'm doing, because he himself hasn't had the strength to do it. Going back to Christmas, facing intimacy, that's the last time this came up. We were in fucking Scorpio season, and then we went into Sagittarius, and it was all in my problem areas. And I'm like, do you have a problem with intimacy? Having sex with people and shit? One of us are going to have to get out there and do this. And then I realized, I don't want you to go out there. And then I realized, I didn't want him to have sex outside of me. But one of us had to get out and start getting close to people in that way. That was the next thing, is intimacy. And as bad as it was, it's that's the weird relationship. It's he can't control me, and he's not trying to. He's not fighting for my love. He's not afraid of losing it. He hopes that I do find love, even if it's not with him. That's real unconditional love. And that's it too. It's I want to love the shit out of you, but even if I can't, I want you to be loved. And that's where it came to with Bobby and with Russ and with all of them. I can't be what it's going to take to love you, but I still want you to find love in your life. Your happiness means so much to me, and I couldn't bring it to you, but I still want it for you. Even if it's not me, even if it is somebody else. I just want you to be happy. And that's really the sad part, and the rejection of it, is you walk away and you're like, I couldn't make him happy. I wasn't enough. Is the feeling, the downside of this that nobody fully talks about, and that's the rejection. When you realize that everything you do is not enough. That you're not enough. No matter what I was going to do, I couldn't force Marshall to step out and love. And that's it too. It's You can't force me to be ready for something I'm not ready. I was not ready for the dick pic, bro. What? Is it connected? That might be this. So, there's a lot to be said, and that's it. It's like, I didn't know my strengths and my weaknesses until I had to face the battle. Love is a battlefield. I knew it was going to be a challenge. And it was going to bring out all of my, you know what I mean? That's what it is. It's going to bring out all of your, shadows so that you can fix them. And that's where I end up being. I fix them up, and I look back, and there's nobody there but me. You were never really standing there. You were just a mirror on the wall that I was talking to. I was seeing an illusion in that mirror, a happily ever after with you. But when I looked harder, all I saw was standing in front of me in a happily ever after. When I got me out of the way, you were never there. And that's what those messages show. Maybe after 6 months, a year, 3 years after dating me, they would have made that commitment. I wasn't going to give it all that. It's not that you're not worth it, but I'm trying to give you more than that. We don't have to go through that to get to the end. I want to get to the good stuff. Why don't we just go to the good stuff and we can do the hard work there? Why do we got to take this long way around? And as far as the wedding, it's like, I realized real quick in that moment, I don't want a big wedding. I don't want all eyes on me. I don't want to look perfect, have the perfect dress, and, I don't want my boobs are hanging out, and everybody's taking pictures, and smile for the camera, and I hope everybody likes the food, and I'm going to spend all this fucking money on you people. I'm going to sit you down in the outside and feed you a Costco fucking foot-long hot dog and laugh. Because that's what I'm going to do at the end of the night, too. I'm eating a whole wiener. In the essence, like, I don't want what you want. Are you serious? I'm so serious. I really want that. My husband knows that I want that. He knows I want to put everybody together for a dinner and have them eat a dick. And that will bring me absolute happiness on my wedding night before I eat his. I don't want to dress up more than what God gave me to wear. I don't want to have to show off. You don't have to show me off. You want to show off? Show me. Who are you showing? Show me how much you love me. Why do we got to show them? It's not about them. It's about me and you. Can't we just, stand in front of God and make our vows? Does it have to be in a courthouse? In essence, I'm about to be a billionaire, and I don't know if you... No, just kidding. That's what I said. In essence, I'm going to be a billionaire, so I don't think I really want to marry you and take on your last name, because then you get half of whatever I've got. That was kind of not nice, and that's where I had to face these money issues that I was being a little ugly about. That's the same thing my fucking celebrities do. I don't want to be stuck giving you half of my fucking kingdom. I worked hard for this shit, bitch. Such a masculine. I know. That's why it needs to be for real, bro. There's no, we're going to divide this in half. No, we're going to stick this out all the way. If you can't see forever with me, then get the fuck out of my face forever. For real? Yeah, you need work to do. If you don't know how much, if you still think it's going to take work, then that means you have work to do. I don't have to work at this. I'm ready for this. You're not ready. And I am not waiting around for you to get ready. In essence, I only have 54 more years to go. As last night, I'm like, I've got 55. I only got 55 years to go. I'm not spending 3 of them dating you. I'm sitting on $1 billion baby. I have my baby making outfits in there. Quit playing around. Just kidding. Sorry, let's read this funny card without all of my commentary. You come for the commentary, not for the cards, right? That's what I say to people. You don't have to watch it unless you want to stare at a fucking oracle card. Just listen. Just listen, bro. Listen. Oh, he's not listening. He don't want to listen to me. You don't even want to talk about the shit I'm talking about. What are you talking about? Real ass shit. I don't want to have real conversations in the morning. Then why'd you wake up? Go back to sleep then. I'm such a cunt. And that's what I said. I'm going to be single forever. And that's not my fault. That's God's fault. He can't make you something you're not. He can give you the strength, but you can't walk in it, and that's your problem, not mine. He gives me the strength, and I'd be scared and crying and fucking shivering and shit. I walk in it. You can't be that brave, then we're not made for each other. On the path of initiation, the moon speaks of knowledge attained through divine madness. It was fucking madness. Did you see that? Those days they're far and few between, but I started this whole journey having every day like that. Really? Every fucking day for months and months. And then, we go through one bad day. Bro, we're going to have lifetimes of these days. These days are what makes it a lifetime. How you act when I'm doing the shit that's, the billion-dollar work that's impossible. You can't be, it's not possible for you to stand by my side while I'm working on me. Shut up, Russell. Shut up. She will stand sucking on your fucking skin till the day you die. That doesn't mean that you've got a good relationship. It means that she has no power, and she will do whatever you say. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You and your fucking April 7th. You and your identity crisis to Aries. Stupid. You better balance that shit out, Libra. The power of imagination can be creative, or it can terrorize you with fear. I showed you both. I was freaking out. And I was living in an illusion to begin with. I tried to make this fantasy world, and it came with all these fears. None of this was real to begin with. I mean, what was real is I needed to really work on me. That's all I got out of it. What did you get out of it? Oh, and a dick pic, an image of a penis that now I can't get out of my head. At least I didn't touch it. The moon can give you many, and that's what it is. I made it out without, putting a dick in my mouth. Although when I saw the picture, I saw the image. I was very tempted. That's what he said. Wait a minute. Now I'm really feeling it. I feel like I want to do this. Are you going to marry me? Because I want dick, and that has to be part of the marriage, and you don't want to talk about this. No, can you give you dick without them? No! That's friends with benefits. I don't need that. I want marriage dick, not fuckboy dick, not dating dick, not this dick or the other. I want the real dick. The real dick. Why are your fucking messages so sexual in nature? I am Lilith, the definition of your sexual nature, and I'm trying to help you through your traumatized sexual nature, like mine. We're gonna be picking up on the Knight of Wands. I'm gonna go find me another Knight of Wands. Just kidding. Like attracts like. I don't like it. I don't like how I've been, so then I won't like it in you. When I no longer like it in me, I no longer like it in you. I didn't like it in you to begin with. I just had to realize that what was attracting me, and it's because I'm like you. If I'm no longer like you, I'm not going to attract people like you. That's the twin flame journey that you guys don't know how to work. Work it. So then anyways, that's how Marshall ends up coming back to me all the time. Come for me. I'm working towards the 9 3/4. He loves the jokes. Everybody does. They just get hurt feelings by it. Anyways, going back to it, it's like, I see a part of me that I don't like that needs to be fixed. I bring that part to him, and he fixes it. And the things that I didn't like about him and ourselves, are no longer standing in the way of us liking each other. But then I see him, and then there's more I don't like. And what is it? It's just a reflection of something in myself that needs to be fixed. And he sees me fixing it, and he realizes he needs to fix it in himself. It's the real definition of the twin flame, almost, in the sense of he's not taking too many actions. He's doing a lot of acting. But he's trying, I guess. That's what everyone's doing. They're trying to take action. I mean, there's a lot of action without taking action, and that's where it is. It's like, in the quiet. Looking at Royce, that motherfucker, fucking NF. These guys been in hermit mode for like 2 years. They ain't dropped an album, they ain't done shit. They just been stuck there with their feelings. You could say it's writer's block, meaning they can't get to their creativity because they're in the way. So they have to deal with themselves to get to their creativity. Or you could be like these assholes and just put all of you into your creativity and not deal with it and realize that you just put out a whole bad album. Alright, let's see. But the moon, The power of imagination can be used creatively or terrorize you with fear. The moon can give you many gifts such as art, inspiration, spiritual insight, intuition, psychic skills, visions, but it can also trap you with illusions, fantasy, self-deception, and madness. That's it. You know what I mean? Seeing myself in a way that I'm not, because you see me that way. Well, I can fix why you see me that way, but I'm not that. The gifts of the sun and the moon, logic and imagination, and that's where it is. I couldn't logically see this working. And so I tried to work on my imagination, and it went into madness. I was trying to make logic of it. That's what I said. I got stuck in my mind, trying to figure this out. In no way could I figure this out. Why? Because the imaginary things that were in my way were really there. They hadn't come to the surface. Simple shit like that. They were coming to the surface, is what it was. Anyways, logic and imagination, conscious and unconscious, must be used in balance. In a reading, the moon can indicate deception. Perhaps you are being deceived, and all is not as it seems. No, I mean, I pulled that shit straight out. I saw it real quick. Are you letting your imagination run away with you and deceive yourself? Yep. And this is why I never want to fucking go towards men, because I go all in, and I lose myself in this fucking fairy tale that God says I'm supposed to act, I don't like how I act with men. Don't send me another man unless you really want me to act that way. The card often appears when you are feeling lonely and lost and the path ahead is not clear. No, on the contrary, God gave me an idea of where to go apply for a job. So this is going to be the perfect job for you. I was like, you are so right. That is so right. I'm going to go apply. Not on a Friday. You look desperate. I'll be there first thing Monday. This is time to turn away from outward concerns and look inward. It can bring psychic awakenings, insights, dreams, visions, as well as nightmares, fears, and anxieties. I'm seeing my money for my tax money too. That's going to change some things too. I haven't decided. That showed me, there's possibilities. It's either take all of that and put it all into the documentary, go all in, to this $1 billion baby, put in a couple thousand for this $1 billion to grow. Or the next thing is to, really use that for my trailer and travel. I still have travel to do that needs to be done. So they're showing me that too. There's a lot in the foreseeable future is what that means. Timelines, can't tell you. The power of the moon cannot be denied, and the more you try, the stronger she will get. Looking back at it, it's cheaper to fly to Alaska. The whole thing, it's much cheaper to fly to Alaska. Really? Yeah. In essence, I'm seeing it right now. If I got that money before, the kids went on their camp, I would just take the trip by myself. I don't need to drag the whole family around to do some spiritual work. You know what I mean? It'll be so much cheaper. As far as it, it's a lot of barriers to get to Alaska where I can catch a fucking flight from DIA straight there. Yeah, it's going to take forever. I'll have to, dude, I'd totally dose myself, put myself straight out like a light for the flight. And then, you'd have to put me in a sleep chamber to put me in with human beings in a pop can, in a fucking spaceship, and move it across time and space. Right? Literally? Yeah, literally, bro. I panic up there in people's space, in people's energy like that. I'm a psychic, bro. I'm just staring at you and getting all these fucking transmissions and downloads. Just reading you like a book. All the fucking scary shit, too. Ah! You know what happened to that person when they were a child? Oh my god, are you okay? Allow your intuition to guide you, but be careful not to misinterpret its message in the mirror of your desires and prejudice. And that's it, bro. What do I see in that mirror? Just like Harry Potter, bro, you see what makes you most happy. I see me, married with children. But the person standing next to me is never that person. What happens is, I look at them and I see this vision. I never see this vision till I look at them. And I try to put them into this vision. I ask all the right questions, and I try to figure out is this vision real? Can this be real? And it never ends up being real. It's just the vision that I think is real. And these guys remind me of a real desire in my heart. And I'm really desiring this desire, and I see that you could be that guy. But then when I come to you, you say you make it impossible. It's like, okay. It didn't seem impossible until I started looking at all the negative qualities that I'm dealing with right here. And it's not something I've taught you what it takes to deal with me. I've taught everyone what it takes to love me. I don't want to spend a lifetime teaching you how to love me. By learning me, by experiencing, by spending time with me, you learn how to love me. You learn how to, you don't just sit. Whatever. Moving on. The moon reverse reveals deep emotional issues and anxieties as your imagination runs riot. You feel paralyzed by fear as you see danger and betrayal everywhere, but your problems are within your own mind. This card can suggest mental illness or a retreat to a fantasy world. Though you may feel especially psychic at the moment or think you're experiencing dreams and signs, you are misinterpreting or imagining them. You want things to look how you want it, and you'll fit these things into that place until the veil comes down and you realize, no, this isn't real. This can't be real. What you're facing right now is real, but what you're trying to make it isn't going to become real. And you know, something as simplistic as looking at a person and seeing a real relationship with them, you see real potential. That's all. You see real potential, and you're trying to figure out how you can make this work to the best of your knowledge so that you can be happy with this person. You see potential that this person can make you happy and you can be happy with this person. Is what I'm understanding, you know what I mean? The analytical mind. And that's what I saw. I watched what it did. I watched how I thought. I was trying to analyze it. It didn't feel right. I wasn't just going with it. I was trying to formulate it into something. If this was a committed relationship, if I felt your commitment, your love right away, I wouldn't be asking you if you love me and if you're gonna commit to me. I wouldn't need affirmations when I would already, you know what I mean, to what I already know. And I guess what I already knew is that you weren't on the same level as me, and I just kept trying to question to see what level you were on and if I could work with you on that level, instead of just acknowledging you're not on my level. And that's the mirror effect. I'm not on your level, but you want to spend some time to see if you can get me on your level. And then maybe you could see a future with me. Probing, screening, proving, convincing, chasing. I learned a lot about myself. That's all it is, the twin flame journey. Did you end up with a man? Not even close. I'm further away from them than when I started. But I am closer to myself and, you know, reestablishing myself. Alright, this is long and I'm ready for a meal and to move on with my life. Moving on. Where are we at? Yep, rest. After something like this, bro, you're done. I have literally exerted all my heart, all my thoughts, all my feelings, my physical body. I invested all of my energy into something. I am exhausted. I'm going to lay this to rest now. I'm going to cry myself to sleep because what I thought was real is not. And I have to, you know, put my tail between my legs and realize that I had a false way of thinking and that I need to move on. And that it wasn't you. It's me. When you stop blaming, right? When you stop blaming them as to why it can't work, and you realize it really is just you, that it's the complexities of you, that it's not something bad about you, it's just the way that you are, and that's what happened with my job. You know, it's simple, I can tell you now. You know what I mean? I got there, and the job housed a lot of, you know, illegal activities, and they had fucking, you know what I mean, poor work habits. And even though the guy said he would take me to another location, I figured if this is how he runs his boat, then he runs all these boats into the ground, and I just didn't want to be part of that environment. That I deserved better, that this, you know, I can't conform to something that doesn't bring me peace. And that's all that is. It's like, you know, it was one hell of a journey of destruction, of self-reflection, where you really got fucked up and you really had intentions that this would work out, but you realize that it won't work out, and it's not because of them, but because of you. Because of your complexities, your rigidity, your way of being. Are you willing to try not to be complex? Are you willing to conform, to stop being difficult, to make things easy? And that's what I've learned in the last 2 weeks. I am willing to make changes, and sacrifices, but I'm not going to give up what makes me me and what be somewhere that doesn't bring me peace. And that's just owning your value. It's like, I was never meant for this. I tried my hardest to be for this. It's not because I'm not good enough. It's that, obviously, I'm too good for this. It's not that I'm not good enough. It's that I'm too good for it. And that goes back to my twin flames. It's not that I wasn't good enough to stick by Russ's side and love him. It's that I was too good to deal with that type of shit. And that's why it didn't work out. I mean, it's not that I didn't have what it took to love Allie. That I wasn't good enough. It's that I was too good for that type of shit. I was too good to have to bend over that way. I'd have to give up too much of me for you to, to prove myself to something that I already am. It wasn't that I wasn't good enough. It was too good. And that's what pissed them off, and they had to show me that they were better than me. It's not that I wasn't good enough for you, Wolfman. I was too good for your behaviors. And your way of showing me that you are better than the behaviors that I wouldn't accept is by continuing to do the behaviors. I'm too good for a fuckboy. And the way that you show me that you're not a fuckboy is being a fuckboy. That's not gonna work. And that's asserting your dominance and not just accepting the truth. I've done nothing but hard on Marshall about who he is, and I've put him under the light, and I've put that sword to his throat. I am the only one that made him aware of him, that told him about himself. He made it so that nobody would come up to him, and here I come. You need to change yourself. This isn't right. You're being a bad guy. He didn't fight me like he did everyone else that tells him he's a bad guy. Because it came from an open heart. And it, like lemon to the wounds, he really sits with it. Every time I fucking tell him about himself, he has to sit with the fact that that's how she sees me. And guess what? Probably that's how other people see me. And I don't want people to see me like that, and I've done this. That was his last album. That I created this person, and I've got to destroy this person. The death of Slim Shady. Where is he supposed to go from here? The transformation and rebirth takes a while. You don't really just reincarnate into a new skin and you're a brand new being. It's going to take him a long time to be not that. He doesn't know what to be, but he knows he doesn't want to be what he was. And it's still going to keep happening, and he's going to have to keep reprogramming not to be the old him. Only because he's aware that the old him is not serving him. That's what we do around here, bro. Some of us. And that's what happened when he told me about me. It's like, you're right. That is who I am, whatever you say I am. And I don't like that you see me like that. It's not that I want to be, applauded. It's like I never saw me like that, and I didn't know people saw me like that, and that's not a good look. That's all that is. That's not Russ, who's, I'm going to change my hair, I'm going to change my clothes, I'm going to change my car, I'm going to change my eating habits, I'm going to do everything that you want, that will make you like me. So that make you look high to me, look at me and feel, look up to me. I don't need you to look up to me, but don't look down on me. You know what I mean? We're at eye level here. We're at eye level here. And that's it. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Is like, when he bows, I bow. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? And that's it. When I fire up, the only entity that ever existed that knows what the Lilith is a Slim Shady. You've only seen it once in another person. And that's he is a fragment of what I am. A piece of my soul inside of another that he's trying to kill. Die, motherfucker. You can't kill me. I'm hearing all your songs. Stop singing. I mean, sing a better song. How about that? Alright, let's talk about the Four of Swords. It's just talking about taking a rest. Like, enough. You're fucking burnt. I am. Crispy. Well done. Well done, pig. Well done. Get out of my face, Loki. And there's that guy. You've had a traumatic time, but this card indicates a period of calm, a step back, during which you should recharge your physical and mental strength and reassess your priorities before returning to the fray. A situation like this would be like, especially on a Saturday, what was I thinking? I'm never going to go out there. I'm never going to find love. This is never going to work. I did a hell of work to get this to work. I'm willing to do work that I've never seen before. I'm working. It's working. I'm getting so close. It's really happening. The more that it doesn't work out, the closer I get to working it out. Whether this card relates to illness, a work stress, quarrels, or relationship breakdown, you need this breathing space, so don't try to fill it with activity or make any important decisions at this time. That sucks, because I've literally sat in the Dark Night Soul for 3 days, just literally in my car, not going anywhere. I haven't really stepped out. I mean, I went yesterday and did a walk, but I really wanted to just, burst into flames and, get out of this. Out of here. The only way out is in. And that's what it is. After you make a hard decision, you're like, all right, let's celebrate. Let's do a shot. Let's forget about that. Let's party. And then you wake up the next morning with a hangover, remembering what you were partying about, and it's not a party anymore. You feel pretty bad. So we're going to try to shoot through Friday and get into our Saturday feelings, so then maybe we can have a good Friday night. If you do all of the work, in one day, I mean, God who gives us strength. I don't know. In essence, we're just calling in our next. There's no ending. It's just the beginning of something new. Oh, they just gave me a vision that I wasn't ready for. That was worse than the dick pic. I mean, it was a dick in the pic. What did they show me? You walking away from his weenie proposal might force him to make a real proposal. Well, if not, somebody's really going to propose. And that's it. I'm not taking anything less but the best. I want the real deal. Yes. Really? Yes. If I'm going to commit to a relationship, I want a full committed relationship to begin with. I don't want to try. I want to do. I don't want to try. I want to do it. I don't want to try to be in a relationship with you. I want to be in a relationship with you. A full-on relationship where we text all the time and, sleep together and all that, dude. A life. I want a life with you. I don't want to work into your life. I want to have a life with you. I want you and I to have a life together. Not try to work out how this is going to work and, maybe in a couple years you can move in with me and shit. Never mind. I'm sure there's a guy that wants to move in and try to have, play wifey with me. That is not going to try, he's going to do. He's going to be a husband. I know what I want. I didn't come this far. I wanted it to be you. I've wanted many men to be that man. Every girl that dates a man wants this man to be their husband forever. I'm the only one that walks around with it, like very obvious, and it's scary, but that's what every woman secretly wants. And I thought that's what every man wants, but we're finding out that's not what they want. And that's a distorted heart. They don't know what, God put it in you to want this. How can you not want what God put inside of you? You don't know your true wants and your true desires. You just want some pussy. Then you get pussy all the time and it never is enough. I just want a friend. Shut up. I can't believe you. The Four of Swords reverse indicates an enforced seclusion rather than a voluntary one. That means I can't go nowhere even if I wanted to. This may be an exclusion from a social group you were part of, the end of a relationship, an illness, or an imprisonment. It is the end, not because I'm running away, but because I'm facing it. There was never going to be a beginning, because it would never reach the end. So it has ended. A beginning of a relationship is in hopes to get to the end, which is a happy family. If we were never going to get there, then it never started. If you didn't start with the intentions of getting there, then it was over. If you didn't have the goal in mind, then that was never even going to happen. It was just an idea in your mind. If you weren't working towards a full-blown commitment, then that was never what you were going to get. And that's doing it, not trying to have being in a full-blown commitment, making a commitment to be in a full-blown commitment. Why do we have to? That's what I mean. Everybody thinks you have to go this way to get there. Can't we do it another way? Can't we just be there without all of the extra shit? No, you have to do it this way. Why do we have to do it that way? Because that's the traditional way that people do it. I don't do what other people do. Just because I'm not doing that way doesn't mean I'm not going to get it. I'm going a different way. What you say is this is the wrong way to go about things. Well, you go your way and I'll go mine. Do you see? It's conformity. You guys believe that this is the way to be in a relationship. This is the way to get a job. This is the way to success. This is the way, based on tradition, that they told you this is how you do it. Hard work, dedication, prove yourself, and you might get the reward. I am the reward. I'm not proving it. In the essence, bro. You have to train, but I've been training my whole life, so I'm not in your training, I'm not on your training wheels. You are. You're riding through life on training wheels. I'm on a fucking unicycle, dude, with my hands in the air. Fucking, you know what I mean? Looking like a clown with butterflies and fucking unicorns. I'm a whole magic show, bro. And you're just out there like a seal. Clapping. Make it clap, I guess. Whatever. I'm just saying that's not the way. Doing it everybody else's way isn't the way for you. It might work for them, but that's a lot of fucking work, bro. That's a lot of fucking work, bro. Why don't we just do it and do the work? You know, you're going to do all that work to get to the real game that takes the real work. Why don't we just get to the real game and do the real work instead of playing all these little games? All these side quests. Side chicks. Side dicks. Lilith teaches you anything. It's about your relationships. Equal relationships with another person. We are fucked around and got locked down. What comes out after our nappy nap? Oh no. Prison. We are in trouble. We're in the trouble. Where? In the mind. This is all about your mind. Alright, Kobe. Let the games begin. In the essence, after I get off this, I'll be all in my mind about, blasting it and, revisiting it. And, my mind will try to make this work, even though my heart knows it won't. My mind will try to fix this. Because it doesn't want me to feel bad about this. It doesn't want to accept the failure. It doesn't want to accept the truth. My mind doesn't want to know that it was wrong. I hate to be wrong. Don't you hate being wrong? That's your ego, bro. It's an ego death. This is going to break my fucking ego. This is going to break my pride to be this wrong. To be this naive. To be this fucking wrong. That's those Mondays. Monday. We went from 4 to 8, though. That's pretty cool. We jumped into, some hard shit. Pretty much. And that's how it is. You're going to wake up feeling like shit, bro. After you rest this off, you're going to feel like shit. And that's part of it, bro. After you make a difficult decision to walk away, your fucking mind tortures you about that decision. It makes you feel like shit for what you did. And the whole time, you're just trying to say, I had to do it. I had to do what was right. You're trying to tell your mind that you did the right thing when your mind is just condemning you. No, it could have worked. It could have worked. This is all your fault. You could have made this work. You could have done it. You could do more work. Don't give up. Don't give up. The brain won't, dude. The brain never shuts up with that type of shit. And that's it, too. It's like, well, yesterday you told me it was impossible. You told me nothing I would do would work. You told me this was impossible yesterday. Now you're going to tell me that it's all possible? And that's what I mean. Don't listen to your fucking mind. I hate getting stuck in the mind. Ugh, it's so annoying. The Eight of Swords can indicate bondage and constraint. Whether it's the cause of this is an illness, disability, dead-end job, or troubled relationship, or financial circumstances. You may be feeling lonely and isolated. The dilemma is self-created, as the restrictions lie in your own mind. It is a bondage of your own fears and self-limitations that need to be banished. Meaning, it's going to blame me. It's going to say that it's all my fault. I don't need you to tell me it's my fault. My mind will do that all on its own. Nothing you can say is going to make this harder on me than my mind. And that's why you got to watch out. This is why you need to master your mind. Because people's words and actions will get in there and it will destroy you. You'll start thinking too hard about what they said and what they did, to where it makes you feel hopeless. You lose all sense of yourself based on somebody else's words and actions. It's not what they said that you should feel, an identity crisis. You need to know where it comes from that those words are so triggering to your being. You think you can't escape, but you can. You think you don't have options, but you do. If you think yourself as a victim, you hand over your power to others and allow yourself to be constrained by their rules. Take responsibility for yourself. Use the power of swords to think your way through the situation. Your mind has to align with your heart's knowing. And you got to convince your mind, brainwash your mind to what your heart already knows. Reverse meaning. You've been through a difficult period, but you're beginning to see your way through. You can gain temporary relief from your problems by distancing yourself from them. This will enable you to gain a better perspective on what faces you, which may not be as bad as you feared. Don't be afraid to ask for help from friends or professionals. On page 33. It's not going to be that hard for me to be in a relationship with someone. Only someone like this. Not all relationships. It shouldn't have been this hard for me to have a flip out and it go this bad. You know what I mean? For me to, and in essence, it's like for me to turn on and you to turn off like that. You turned on, you know what I mean? You activated my healing. And when I went in to do what I do best, you turned off and ran away. And then come back telling me that I need to prove some shit to you. That I'm stable enough to be in a relationship for you. No, that doesn't stand in a relationship with someone else. They know that this is what it takes to be with me. They're not going to freak out every time I do it. They're going to expect it, and that's going to be the trial and the tribulation. How do you act when I act? That's what it comes down to. Are you going to stand by my side while I'm working on me? Understand that I'm a work in progress. I am a very damaged woman that has a lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of reprogramming and, trauma to overcome. And it can come at any day. And I have to shut down and deal with that. When I do that, are you going to run away from me? Then what's the point of being with you? Because all I ever wanted was someone to hold me during these moments. That's all I've ever asked for in a man, is to just stay there. Just hold me when this is happening. Don't say anything. Just let me cry and figure this out. You can't fix my life. That's what I'm doing right now. Can you be in my life while I'm fixing my life, or you only want to be there when it's all fixed up and perfect? Then you have no place in my life, because what I really need in my life right now is just someone to stick by my side while I'm working on me. I don't fully need your money or your dick or anything. I need your time. I need a lot of your time. I need a lot of your fucking compassion. I need a lot of conversation. I need a lot of affirmation about how you think and how you feel. That is extremely important to me. I want to ask you that and to go into long conversations where I can find out so much about you. Just by asking you, how are you feeling today? And you can tell me really about the world you live in inside of your brain, and I can be part of your life. When I'm not feeling good and I'm locked in my brain and it's dark, I don't want you to run from me and then look at me in fear of what I've been through, pity me, be disgusted because I'm working on me. I should have hid that part of me from you. I hid these parts from the world, bro. I have to face them, with or without you. I'd hope that you would stand next to me while I face these things. Instead, they're just giving me that look like there's something wrong with me. You know, guys, there's a whole lot wrong with me. And that's where, you know, fixing me makes me better. There was a whole lot wrong, and there still is a whole lot wrong. The way that I was programmed to think about my, you know, after what my life had done, you know, it's like PTSD isn't even the beginning to describing that. Coping mechanisms and self-survival techniques aren't even the words to describe the levels of brainwash I had to do to myself to forget about this and make it through life. I'm in a place in my life where I'm no longer forgetting about it, but it's when it comes to the surface, I'm really dealing with it. I'm really dealing with what my life did to me. And it's really painful. And it'll have huge effects on my future, these moments. But in these really deep moments, bro, this is where I shine. It's, you know, it's the strength that I have to face me and overcome the persecuting life that I had. A partner to me is a partner to that, because I'm dedicating my life to that. There's a lot of great days, and that's what it is. It's like I haven't had one of these. Like, you know, they know on a Friday I'm gonna have to face some shit, but we haven't had these all the time. But this isn't new. It's just, I mean, it's a new area in life that I'm facing. But I have to face this shit, and sometimes they're harder, sometimes they're easier, but this is what I do, is I face the hard shit all the time. I am chaos. I am complexities. I am difficulties. If you're avoiding those kind of things, then you really have no business in my life. There's peace in this chaos, I assure you that. But it's chaos. And you can't stop the fucking, you know what I mean, the storms. You just have to be able to ride them out with me. And that's what it is. It's like, I may not have got a dude, but I got closer to knowing what kind of dude I'm searching for now. Or what kind of dude I'll accept. I'm not searching. And that's also teaching someone out there further what it takes to love a person like me. And that's why it's important to me when I'm asking you, you know what I mean, your likes and your feelings. I'm trying to find out what it takes to be with you, to be happy with you. What is it going to take to cater to your needs? What are your needs? What do you do when you're not, you know, for yourself? What do you do when you're not working? How do you care for yourself? I'm asking this so I know how to care for you. It's important. These things are important. When I ask you, you know, something like that, he tells me he drinks. How much do you drink? And it's not that I'm not okay with it, but I'm seeing this is how you care for yourself. Naturally, I think you could care for yourself better. How can I care for you while you're caring for yourself like this? How can I be a better nurturer to how you care for yourself? And that's where it is, as I go all in. I become all caring for you, but if you don't care about me, then I'm getting used real bad. In the hopes of, you know, becoming something that you don't really want from me. You want some of these things, but not all of it. You want me to be, you know, the maiden, but not the mother or the crone. I'm all of that. You want me to be a divine feminine, but not, and not a divine masculine. I'm both. You want to chop me up into pieces and tell me which pieces are good and which pieces I need to get rid of. I don't need to get rid of any piece of me. I need you to understand that all these pieces make me great. Even the ugly ones. And that's what I love so much about Marshall. is I can feel comfortable in my ugly pieces with him. I don't have to hide them from him. I don't have to be ashamed. The only thing I'm ashamed of is how other people treat me. How I let other people treat me. In my search for love. I'm not ashamed of me. I'm ashamed of how many parts of me I denied just to get people to love me. And, you know, that's where it is. It's like, it's not you, bro. It's me. And I'm sure there's some woman that can be everything you want them to be. But that's not what's right for me. And that's where I gotta go. It's like, I can't make you happy because I'm all these things. I thought if I, you know, going back to like fucking Bobby. It's like I thought if I healed these things, you know, that made me this person, that he would accept me. But when I healed them, I just incorporated them. I became more of them, not less of them. I embraced them instead of trying to hide them. I still am the things that you didn't accept to begin with. I'm more of the things you didn't like. The things that you don't know is under me, I'm going to find, and I'm going to bring them to the surface, and I'm going to become more of that. Because that's who is in me. That's me. I'm going to change the way I think, but that, you know what I mean? These pieces that you don't like. That's who I am. You don't like me. You only like certain parts of me. You don't accept all of me. I'm seeing Russ. There's so many things I don't like about Russ. But I still love him. And I'd still accept him. And I would work with him through those things if he did it. But if he stopped, if for 1 minute he didn't acknowledge that, if he walked around thinking he was perfect and he didn't need to be better for me and for him and for our, you know, the future, then I would leave him. When you give up on yourself, you're going to lose me. When you give up perfecting yourself, you're going to lose me. Because that's what I'm about. I'm about not perfection, but perfecting myself. Continual, you know what I mean, experience to perfect myself. If you get stagnant and get high in this place where you're good enough, I'm too good for that type of thinking. We can always be better. There is always areas in our life. We are not Christ. We are as good as we can be for today. But today's experience are made to give us the knowledge and wisdom to be better tomorrow. We can't be better without the experience of today. We can't jump into the future and be a better, smarter, brighter person. If you want to have a better day today, then you have to look back at yesterday and take the experience and the knowledge and the wisdom of where you could have been better and be better today. You're not going to be the best, but you're going to be better today than you were yesterday. Yesterday's experience made you stronger. It made you understand what areas in your life that you could be better. Those are those moments when you lay in bed and you say, I shouldn't have said that. I wish I didn't do that. You don't just let that stay in your head. You wake up and you be better. Don't try to be better. Do better. Don't do that today. Don't say that today. And then when you still do it, then you say, I'm trying. If you're not actually doing, then you're not trying. Got it? Okay. Hey, I love you guys. What does this mean? Sit in your mind and emotions. Take a break. Deal with the things that, the thoughts that have got you trapped in there. That are trapped in there. I told you, I had all kinds of fucking terrible thoughts trapped in there. This is only going to bring up more. Every day is to make it, you get an experience that you can take back home into your heart and use this experience to turn to gold, where you can be a better person tomorrow from having the shitty experience today. Okay? Hey, where's it coming? We're just out of fun. Shits and giggles. What happens after we break out of our mind, God? A night of Pentacles, which is action in your reality. Pretty much. After you break out of your mind, you'll know how to take action in your real world. But right now, you got to work through the thoughts before you can move. Do you see the triangle? You have to stay, this is all divine feminine, right? Right here. It's in your mind. You're stuck in your masculine mind, but you need to work through it. You need your feminine. After you get your heart right, you can, and alchemize your thoughts. Then you can move in the right direction. And that's it. I had to get right, and now I don't know where I'm supposed to go from here. All I have is the raw information of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And that's what it said. What did it say first? Don't take any action. Sit in the context, in the prison of your mind, and work this through. And then you can take action. That's what this all says. Welcome to a Friday. Did you guys get your tower? Did God show you? It can happen anytime. I like to get mine done in the daytime so I can enjoy the night. I don't know. Nighttime, bitch. Nighttime, bitch. That was funny. Alright, love yous, laters. Yeah, pray for me, I guess. I mean, in the essence, you're not standing in my way. Nobody's stopping me from love. I'm well on my way to love. The more I love myself, the more the right lover comes to me. They're not right. I have to get right to get that right lover. By me getting right, it shows everyone what right is for me. What is right for me. And everybody that's not alright but that shit are gonna fall off. No, I'm not that dude. I am not that dude. Bye, Felicia. Quit pretending, quit imagining that you could be my husband. And I'll quit imagining that I could be your wife. Imagination. Love yous. Laters. Bye. Just my imagination.